Welcome back to action here. We got Emmanuel Lions versus your North Georgia College Saints. Emmanuel's going to be dressed in navy with gold trim. North Georgia is going to be in their typical white and royal blue trim. Jumping it up for North Georgia is going to be number 44, Earl Seaman. For Emmanuel is going to be number 55, Larry James.
Everybody's ready to go. The officials, three-man crew.
And
like used to our new TV rules, Tim.
That's right. Mike was given an orientation of those rules just beforehand, so the officials, I don't think, were aware that we were here. But we're ready to get underway here. North Georgia coming off a conference win over Piedmont earlier this week, and the tip is controlled by Emmanuel. Emmanuel with 2-14 record. North Georgia is favored into this game as Emmanuel looks to set up their initial offense. Number 23, Al Gibbs, handling the ball, being pressured by Shumbay Hunter. Kicks it down. Emmanuel looking underneath, nothing there. They find post-up man Mike Cleveland, swings it back out. Nothing there. Thad McGuire, number 34. North Georgia in a man. Shot clock's at 5. Stolen away by Errol Seaman. Seaman's got it. He's got, no, it's tipped back into the hands of Emmanuel. New 35 for Emmanuel. Emmanuel's using the 35-second shot clock. Or no, men's uses a 35-second shot clock, rather. But Emmanuel looking for their first shot of the game. Shot clock's approaching the 20-second mark. Looking to work down low to their hot hand. That's number 55, James. As a three-pointer shot is taken and missed, and it goes off a North Georgia player. It goes off Augustus Brown's hands as North Georgia appeared to start controlling the rebound.
And Coach Jason Gibson said during the women's game, three men in double figures against Piedmont. That was Clyde Thompson, Matt Pugh, and also Augustus Brown.
They work it to James. He looks to spin. Turnaround jumper. Misses. Rebound control. Back up by the Lions. Rebounded by North Georgia and off the hands of Gus Brown.
The Saints, just like the women's game, they got control of that board. Got to clean some glass.
It's going to be Emmanuel once again controlling the inbound pass. North Georgia's been able to control the rebounds but not gain anything, but we got a foul on Emmanuel. It's going to be called against number 23. That's Al Gibbs.
So far, the early goal has been, the ball's been on the Emmanuel side of the court.
And that foul took a three-point opportunity away, a three-point shot away from Emmanuel. Still no score. We're inside 19 minutes. Clyde Thompson on the ball. He takes a three, and it rolls in and out. Controlled by Earl Seaman. Feed off to Matt. Matt over to Shumbay. Swing back across to Thompson. Thompson over to Augustus Brown. And Shumbay for a three. Good.
The Leesburg, Georgia native for the big three of the Saints lead early.
North Georgia doing an excellent job passing the ball around. That's trying my best to keep up with it, but North Georgia needs to keep that up all night long. Emmanuel with the ball. With the ball is number 34, McGuire. He was guarded by Pugh. They work it inside. The shot up, turnaround jumper misses. Rebound by Gus Brown. Here comes Shumbay Hunter. He's got Clyde Thompson. Thompson feeds it back to Matt Pugh. Off the glass miss. North Georgia definitely wanting to run. Here comes Emmanuel back down the court. Shots up. It's off the glass. Rebound control. Blocked by Earl Seaman. Here comes Clyde Thompson on the breakaway. He's up. Off the glass. Good.
Hey, Coach Gibson also told me at halftime of the women's game, North Georgia wants an up-tempo game tonight.
And they've got it so far here. North Georgia successful in getting Clyde Thompson open. We all know when Clyde Thompson scores, so does North Georgia. Emmanuel with the ball, looking to set it up. North Georgia in the man-to-man. We're 17 and a half minutes. Look to work it inside, Emmanuel does. No shot. Shot clock's approaching 10 seconds. Look, shot down inside, or look inside, rather. Turnaround jumper is up. Kick it off to James. Shot clock's at 5. Quick three-pointer, and it misses. Matt Pugh with the rebound. Here comes North Georgia staying with that up-tempo strategy. Clyde Thompson for three. Yes! Thompson's 2 for 2, and we got a timeout, a quick one by Emmanuel. They're going to call a 20-second, Mike.
We'll keep it here, Tim, as we talk about the early going. A couple of key factors here for North Georgia. They want to get the up-tempo game going. You got a team that's 2-14, even though they are 1-0 in the conference. You will get them down early as possible. As Coach Gibson was telling me at halftime, the women's game, get Clyde Thompson going, then you get everything going. Clyde's the head. You get the entire body here. Clyde's the head. Get down underneath with Matt Pugh going, get him going, then get Gus Brown outside. You have the whole team effort going in.
And North Georgia's also doing a great job moving the ball around, looking for the open shot. And so far, it's been Clyde Thompson hitting both his three-point attempts. North Georgia coming out with full court pressure. As we're inside 17 minutes, North Georgia with an 8-0 lead, thanks to 2 three-pointers by Clyde Thompson. Shumbay Hunter with great defense on Emmanuel. Emmanuel pulls up the dribble, looking down low. Gustus Brown is doing a good job of denying James the ball. He's their leading scorer. Three-point attempt by Emmanuel, misses. Seaman with a rebound. Here comes North Georgia. Pull up. They can't run it this time, but here's Clyde Thompson. Is he going to take another three? And it misses. Seaman with a rebound. He got up on that one. Feed back out to Augustus Brown.
That's what you got to have, get Seaman on the boards.
Shumbay Hunter resets his offense. Feed down low. Seaman, no give and go. Here's Augustus Brown. Over to Shumbay for three. Yes! North Georgia's perfect from Treyland. They're 3 for 3. Leads 11-0. North Georgia needs this lead to get out and just control the tempo of this contest. Matt Pugh with aggressive defense, trying to knock it away. He's on McGuire. Look inside to Royston. He kicks it back out to McGuire. Emmanuel with the ball. They feed it. Look to drive inside. The feed given. Kick back out. Shot clock's inside 10. It's at 5. Spin move inside. And Emmanuel's finally got their points on the board. Mike Cleveland out of Thomaston, Georgia, gets them on the board first. It's 11-2. Very quick tempo. Clyde Thompson with the ball. Looks to set up the offense. Seaman kicks back out. Feet inside. No opportunity for a give and go. Augustus Brown shoots it over to, knocked away rather by Emmanuel. They got a break. Here comes McGuire. His slam is good. Uncontested jam that time by Emmanuel. Here comes Clyde Thompson. He's got the ball. He pulls a good feed, good look. North Georgia up and off the glass. Augustus Brown with a shot. Leads is to 13-4.
Nice assist for Clyde Thompson.
Shumbay Hunter with the pressure on Al Gibbs. He's handling the ball for Emmanuel. Back over to Gibbs. North Georgia in a man-to-man defense. Matt Pugh's right on top of McGuire. Augustus Brown is guarding James. Out with the ball is Cleveland. He's got L. Seaman on him. He spins. He moves. Nothing there. Oh, here comes Emmanuel as Gus Brown pass was knocked away. Here comes McGuire trying to drive down low, up and off the glass. Good.
So McGuire with a couple of buckets. 13-6. Saints on top.
Shumbay Hunter brings it up. They're slowing the pace down just a little bit as he is met by Gibbs. Looks to set the offense. One to move. Augustus Brown giving him direction. Where to move it to. Knocked away, and Cleveland, I believe, is going to be called for a foul going over the back. And we're going to have a media timeout here. No, we're not.
First a change. We should have our media timeout. Yes, I forgot.
And Matt Pugh's going to be inbounding the ball right here in front of press row. Augustus Brown kicks it over to Clyde Thompson. He finds Seaman. He's standing at the free throw line. He looks to drive. Up. He drives the board. No good. Rebound control by Emmanuel. James pulled out when his Cleveland has the ball. They're going to slow it down a little bit. North Georgia, obviously the better conditioned team. As you see some of the players for Emmanuel trying to catch their breath. Shot by Emmanuel. Rolls in and out. Rebound control by, who's it controlled by? Emmanuel's got the ball. Feed inside to Cleveland, up and off the glass, uncontested.
So it's Cleveland with 2 buckets, McGuire with 2 baskets.
North Georgia out to a quick 11-0 lead. Now it's cut to 13-8 as we got Vince Ray into the game for North Georgia. Look inside to L. Seaman. He turns, his shot misses, and they missed the walk. He went up, the ball was not touched, but he grabbed his own rebound and went up. The coaching staff for Emmanuel is having fits over that one. And Vince Ray tagged with a foul, and it's going to be Gibbs going to be taking it out of bounds, or rather Emmanuel will be taking it out of bounds on the far half court side. Officials acknowledge that the coach is making a good point for Emmanuel. It is basically, I know what you're saying.
And they missed our timeout.
Gibbs with the ball. He's being met by Ray. Over to Royston. They're moving the ball. Emmanuel with the possession, looking to find some three-point attempt. Rings in and out. Rebound by Earl Seaman. He has possession, feeds it over to Matt Pugh. Matt Pugh up, looks to Augustus Brown for three. It misses. First three-point miss by North Georgia. Emmanuel with the rebound. Gibbs brings the possession up. Over to McGuire. Gibbs feeds it over. Look inside to James. Turn around, spin up off the glass. Missed. Tip in, no good. Rebound by James. Slapped and a foul by Augustus Brown.
Second team foul for North Georgia here in the early going.
As Webster Daniel and Josh Millsap checks in for North Georgia.
Webster Daniel starting the game against Berry. He's from Atlanta. Josh Millsap from West Hall High School in Oakwood.
And at the line is going to be Larry James of Colbert, Georgia. This first free throw's up, and it's good. We're at 12 and a half minutes left here in the first half. And the subs enter the game. That's Webster Daniel, as I said, and Josh Millsap. Give Seaman and Augustus Brown a break. 2 team fouls each as we prepare for the second shot. North Georgia out to a quick 11-0 lead. It's down to 7 points now as James' second free throw's up, and it's good. And we've got a TV and media timeout. And we'll take a timeout also. It's AM 1210 and STC Channel 4.
You know, a lot of times when you stop at a convenience store, you're left wondering, what was so convenient about that? But then there's Country Cupboard. With 62 locations here in North Georgia, there's always one where you need it, and friendly folks behind the counter because you deserve it. Put a little country in your cupboard today. Stop by with your Saints basketball ticket stub for a free small fountain drink or coffee. Good through February 20th at any area Country Cupboard location. Country Cupboard, proud sponsor of North Georgia College and State University Saints basketball on WDGR and STC Cable Channel 4.
Hi, this is Phil Hull for STC Channel 4 Advertising. For all your advertising needs for production of spots and on-location shooting, contact us at STC Cable Channel Advertising at 1-800-345-3874, extension 4.
Tim, a chance to catch your breath with that TV timeout.
15-10 is the North Georgia lead as the Saints bring the possession down. Webster Daniel with the ball. As Emmanuel's going to have some other substitutions coming in. Seaman drives to the goal. Check that. Josh Millsap drives to the goal. And it's good. Millsap checks in for Seaman. Checking the North Georgia lineup. Vince Ray, Matt Pugh, Josh Millsap, Clyde Thompson, and Webster Daniel. For Emmanuel, you've got Gibbs, Royston, McGuire, Cleveland, and James. That's your starting five, actually. Gibbs with the ball, looking to set up. Look, shot clock's at 10. Look inside, stolen away by Josh Millsap. And we got a blocking foul going to be called on Gibbs right in front of us here. And checking into the game is going to be Chad Woodall for the Lions. 11:38 to go, 17-10 your score. Also in the game is going to be Richie Briggs. He's out of Alpharetta.
Gibbs with 2 fouls for Emmanuel. And the ball will be taken out right in front of us, as you see on TV.
Matt Pugh with the ball. He kicks it into Webster Daniel. Swing over to Clyde Thompson. They've got McGuire on Thompson. He's really on top of him since he hit those 2 3-pointers early in the game. Matt Pugh with the ball. Kicks it over to Thompson. Look inside to Webster Daniel. Spin move. He goes up. And off the goal. It's good. He's going to be at the line to shoot another.
Webster went to the hole strong, didn't he, Tim?
Very strong. They couldn't keep him out of there. Went up, got position, up and off the glass, and Daniel's going to look to make it a 3-point play.
North Georgia now with 5 players, making 6 players now in the scorebook.
And North Georgia controls the rebound after the Daniel missed free throw. Thompson with a shot. No, he kicks it off to Daniel. Daniel up and off the glass again.
Yes.
4 quick points as North Georgia extends their lead back to 11. And full court pressure by Pugh and Thompson. Washington pulls it up as he tries to set the Emmanuel offense. We've got Stevens going to be checking into the game here just a minute for North Georgia. And we got a foul on the floor. He's going to be tagged on Webster Daniel. As Stevens checks in, is going to give Matt Pugh a break.
Yeah, Matt Pugh's scoring so far there early going. Maybe get him a chance to regroup on the bench.
Let's keep an eye on Stevens. Very aggressive defense. One of the quickest players on the North Georgia team. He can hit the three also. As Emmanuel with the ball, looking to set it up. There's that great defense I was just talking about by Stevens. And McGuire looks to drive, kicks out, and good quick hands by Stevens, knocks it out of bounds.
As we've seen that quick North Georgia with their quick lineup.
10:40 to go here in the first half. North Georgia with a 21-10 lead. Emmanuel kicks the possession in. Clyde Thompson right on top of Royston. Look down to Cleveland. He looks to spin, nothing there. Washington looks to drive the baseline, and his shot off the glass is good. Here comes North Georgia. Clyde Thompson looks, kicks it over to Webster Daniel. Webster looking to set up the offense. He's looking down low, swing it over to Vince Ray. Vince Ray out of Habersham County. Thompson says, let's go back here and reset, team. And that they do. Ray with the ball. Looking to drive, kick off to Millsap. Back over to Thompson. Thompson drives inside the free throw line, or at the free throw line, misses. Millsap with the rebound. Turnaround, spin off the glass, it misses. North Georgia fighting for the rebound, and it goes off North Georgia's hands.
Yeah, Millsap fighting for the rebound position, but the ball goes out of bounds to Emmanuel.
And we have another timeout. And you're tuned to North Georgia basketball on AM 1210 and STC Channel 4.
Discover one of the nation's best-kept secrets, right here in Georgia. Discover a liberal arts institution dedicated to educating men and women and designed to train leaders. Discover North Georgia College. North Georgia provides a balanced educational environment featuring over 50 majors in its undergraduate, graduate, and pre-professional programs. North Georgia strives to develop leadership through participation in activities such as its award-winning Student Government Association and its nationally recognized ROTC program. With numerous scholarship programs and a low student-faculty ratio, North Georgia College offers the very best value in public education. Since 1873, North Georgia has provided excellent academic programs, leadership training, and a solid foundation for students to succeed. Discover North Georgia College and discover the leader within.
And the cheerleaders say, go Saints go. North Georgia with the lead. They've had it since the get-go, Tim.
And North Georgia's leads at 9, 21-12 inside 10 minutes after our media break. Emmanuel with the ball. Washington brings it up, being guarded by Vince Ray. They look to set it up. Ray picks up the tempo just a little bit. Partially knocked by Ray. Emmanuel with the ball. McGuire kicks it back out to James for 3. It misses. North Georgia with a rebound. Look down court. And we got all kind of players on the floor. What are they going to call? And sorted out here. I think they're going to say North Georgia's ball.
Yeah, I think the ball just went out of bounds in front of Coach Boone of Emmanuel, say it's the Saints' ball.
And the pass was intended for Webster Daniel, rather. And he had someone all over him. Webster with the ball now. Directing his offense over to Shumway Hunter. Shumway feeds it down to Vince Ray. Look inside to Josh Millsap. His shot's blocked. No, it's foul. And he's going to be at the line to shoot a couple. 9-21. 21-12's your lead. And Millsap to look to get on the scoring books here tonight. His first shot's up, and it misses off the front of the rim. Substitution for Emmanuel's Casey Joyner. He's out of Royston.
I remember him playing high school basketball. Good player.
And Millsap's second shot is good. 22-12 leads back to 10. And Joyner inbounds the ball. Royston handling the ball handling duties for the Lions, being pressured by Vince Ray out of Habersham Central. And Emmanuel with the ball, trying to look inside. North Georgia's done a really good job of keeping the ball, or denying James the ball, rather. Backcourt possession, being fouled, and Shembe Hunter down. I think he thought it went off a North Georgia player, and I believe this is going to be Emmanuel's ball. Yes, it is. And I believe North Georgia thought one of their players had tipped it. And Emmanuel with the ball. Royston bringing it up, being guarded by Ray. He looks to drive. Nothing there. Pulling back at the three-point land. His shot off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Daniel. Here comes Stevens. Stevens going to look to go for the jam. No, he pulls up. Wiley low, rolls it off the top. 24-12 you lead. North Georgia's double the output by the Emmanuel Lions. Feed down to Joyner. Joyner's shot's up, and it's good. It's only two.
Tim, real quick on the defensive side, and here comes Randy Dunn giving instructions, giving out the signals on defense for North Georgia.
Shunner directing the North Georgia offense. Ray looking inside the Millsap. Spin move. Fade away as it's falling down. His shot didn't make it to the rim as Emmanuel controls possession. Quick look down court. Josh Millsap tipped it away. Here's Stevens with a rebound. Swings it out to Shembe Hunter for three. Yes! North Georgia is lining up from the tray land tonight.
Shembe with two, North Georgia with four.
Has a three-pointer that time, and Shembe is called for a blocking foul.
Yeah, I say Shembe with two three-pointers, okay. North Georgia with four.
And got substitutions.
Earl Siemens comes back in.
As does number 14, Jason Cole out of Gainesville. Set your North Georgia lineup. You got Augustus Brown, Earl Seaman, Cole, Stevens, and Shembe Hunter. And Royston looks to drive for Emmanuel. He loses the ball. Cleveland with a rebound, with a loose ball. His shot misses. Earl Seaman with a rebound, and he's fouled. They set the foul situation. Emmanuel with 6. North Georgia with 4. Are we in the bonus yet? No. Next possession, or next foul, will be in the bonus.
I want to mention real quickly, too, Jason Cole out of East Hall High School in Gainesville played a tremendous game in the second half against Berry, the losing effort last Saturday.
Shembe Hunter brings the possession up for North Georgia. Look inside to Seaman. Seaman, couple spin moves, feeds it back out to Augustus Brown for an 8-footer good. And North Georgia coming back out with full court pressure with Cole and Hunter. Here comes Royston with the ball. And he attempts to drive the baseline. Look, give and go. There's James. His shot's going to be blocked. Rather, he's going to be fouled by Seaman. Checking into the game for Emmanuel is going to be number 10, Jason Ford, out of Jacksonville, Alabama. But he's going to have to wait for one of the free throws by James. 7 minutes and 9 seconds. North Georgia with a 29-14 lead. James' first three-point shot is good.
First free throw. I said free point. Yeah, first free throw. I was trying to correct you there, too.
And Cleveland's going to take a break as he's had to work hard underneath tonight. James' second shot's up, and it misses off the front of the rim. Shembe with a rebound. Numbers on North Georgia's side. Feed over to Hunter, and he's fouled as he goes up. Good, quick, down-court pressure by North Georgia passing the ball. And North Georgia's back to that quick-type offense. They've got a shorter lineup in right now as Stevens is going to be at the line to shoot a couple.
The ball hardly touched the court going down that time, Tim.
And that's what you want. That's those pass drills you used to practice all through school. And that's how it's done as Stevens hits his first. And kids, when you watch this broadcast, that's exactly what the coach is trying to accomplish when he gets you to pass it and not take a dribble going down the court as Stevens prepares for his second free throw. Shots up, and it's good.
Emmanuel with 4 points in the game.
Pugh and Clyde Thompson check back into the game as Hunter and Stevens takes a break. 31-15 is your score. North Georgia in the lead. Inbound pass goes over to James. He kicks it back out to Royston. Royston from Royston. I don't know if he's any kin to the namesakes. Pass over to Joyner. Joyner's going to look at the three. No, he pulls up. Pass across court. It's going to be going to Lumpkin. His shot's in. It misses. Rebound, fighting for it inside is number 10, Jason Ford, the sophomore for Emmanuel. Here comes North Georgia quickly down the court. Clyde Thompson for three. Good. 34-17. North Georgia maintaining a 2-to-1 scoring strategy. Emmanuel with the ball. Three-point attempt by Joyner. Misses. Rebounded, tip back to Emmanuel player. That's Royston. His shot's up, and it misses. Fighting for the rebound underneath, and I believe it's going to go off of Emmanuel. North Georgia will have possession.
Tim, the Saints with 5 3-pointers in the early going. Remember last week against Barry, we were talking about the difference in 3-pointers. It's been all North Georgia in this game.
6:10 to go here in the first half. Clyde Thompson looks to drive. Feet underneath Errol Seaman, and his shot's good. North Georgia controlling the pace and controlling the scoring.
Nice assist. Little jump pass from Thompson to Seaman.
Manuel spins around, feed down to James, up, off the glass. His shot bounces in and out. They can't buy one right now. Seaman comes up with a loose ball. Emmanuel back down on defense. Clyde, nope, he pulls up for a three. Here it is. No good off the front of the rim. Emmanuel with a rebound. And they're going to slow it down just a little bit. Royston with the ball. Thompson upset with himself for missing that one. And here's Royston for a three-point attempt. It misses. They fight for it down low. Emmanuel with the ball, and it's going to be Joyner with the rebound and shot.
So they're getting the offensive glass down.
And Coach Randy Dunn giving directions to Clyde Thompson as he brings them down. Looking to set it up. Over to Augustus Brown. Brown over to Pugh. Here's Jason Cole back over to Thompson. Thompson drives inside with a skip. Pass back over to Matt Pugh. He drives. Here's Augustus Brown for two. It misses. Rebound control by Emmanuel.
Let's get Matt Pugh going.
Here comes Royston, bringing the possession down for Emmanuel. He's being met right there by Jason Cole. They work it around. Emmanuel, there's Pugh with a steal. Is he going to catch up with it? Yes, he does. And he's going to come back up with a turnaround jumper. And he's fouled as he attempts to go back with a reverse, and he's going to be at the line to shoot two.
Well, Matt looked like a football player trying to pick up a fumble at that time, but he finally got a hold of the ball and then had to get himself straightened out for the shot, and then he was fouled.
He done a good job of catching up with that one and make a shot attempt, but Emmanuel made a mistake by fouling Pugh. Puts him at the line. He's going to be shooting two. First shot's up, and it misses. Check your North Georgia lineup. You got Pugh at the line, Augustus Brown, Jason Cole, Errol Seaman, and Clyde Thompson. Some changes for Emmanuel. You've got Jason Ford, Royston, James McGuire, and I'm missing one, 42, I believe, Cleveland. Yes, Cleveland's back into the game. As Pugh hits the second, 37-19 your score. As we approach the 4.5-minute mark here in the first half. Royston brings the ball up over to McGuire, swings down to James. James looking to take Augustus Brown, nothing there, Augustus defending him. Cleveland with the ball. Kick back out to Royston, being guarded by Thompson. And we got a foul underneath, I believe it's on Jason Cole. Yes, it is.
Still on the bonus, though. That's only 16 fouls against North Georgia.
Emmanuel inbound the ball underneath their goal. Kick back out to Royston. Looks to drive the lane, pulls up with a jumper, and it bounces out. Ice all over that goal. Then we do have a foul underneath. Yeah, they're going to be tagging, I believe, Errol Seaman with that.
Well, Jerry Boone, the head coach of Emmanuel, did not like that one. He wanted Errol Seaman tossed in the game. He thought it was a flagrant foul.
They were fighting underneath. A couple bodies went on the floor as Cleveland, I believe, is going to be at the line to shoot the bonus. Both teams are going to be in the bonus the remainder of the way. Emmanuel's committed 8 fouls, North Georgia 7. As Webster Daniel looks to check back in as Seaman has 4. Or 2 fouls, rather.
Right.
And the official weighs Webster in. Also, Stevens is going to be coming in the game for Jason Cole. Cole had some good minutes there, Mike.
Some good quality minutes on the court. No points, but good minutes.
Did a good job of moving the ball around. More than just scoring points in this ball game. And Cleveland to attempt his front end shot of the bonus. And shots up. And it bounces out. And the rebound's controlled by North Georgia, Augustus Brown. Here's Matt Pugh. Look inside to Webster Daniel. He's up, and he's going to be called for a walking violation.
Took the extra step on his way to the basket, Tim.
4-4 to go here in the first half. North Georgia with full court pressure, leading 37-19. 18-point lead. McGuire looks to drive down. He pulls up as Matt Pugh defends him. Looks to set it up. And we got a foul, got a push-off foul. And a technical is going to be called on Emmanuel.
You can see that one coming, Tim.
I believe it's going forward. Let's check officials' call.
22 called the technical foul.
And 32 is with the technical. I think they're calling Stevens with the technical. And Randy Dunn gives him a talking to. I don't know what's going on. Back to action. It's going to be Hunter. No, check that. Stevens going to be shooting the foul. Going to shoot the bonus foul. And then there's going to be a technical is going to be shot. So let's sort this thing out. Stevens is at the line to shoot his bonus. First one's up, and it's good. 38-19.
Saints 50% from the free throw line in the first half.
And Stevens' second shot is also good. Now we'll shoot the technical. Take it to the other end of the court. And Stevens is going to get a seat and get some consulting from Coach Randy Dunn. It's going to be Royston shooting the free throw for Emmanuel. And his shot's good. And one more free throw attempt or technical shot attempt, and it misses. Let's reset it here. 3:50 to go here in the first half. 39-20. North Georgia's leading. Emmanuel will retain possession after the T-foul. And Ford is going to be taking the ball out, guarded by Vince Ray. And we're back to action here. Royston with the inbounds pass, being guarded by Clyde Thompson. North Georgia in the press. Or in the man-to-man, rather. McGuire tipped away by Pugh. Errant, a tipped away pass got by Cleveland. Back over to Royston, their ball handler. And knocked out of bounds by Vince Ray. Good defense that time by North Georgia. And it's going to be James taking the ball out for the Lions. Kicks it into Royston, 3.5 minutes to go. And feed down low to James. He looks, kicks it back out to Cleveland. And his glass shot is also good. Quickly down court, here comes North Georgia. Emmanuel's got the numbers. Alley-oop, kick back out to Thompson. He gets him off the ground for three. Swing back across court. Vince Ray looks to drive. Kicks off to Augustus Brown, off the glass, good. Oh, 3 minutes to go, it's 41-22.
You thought Vince Ray wore the basketball in his head to get the assist.
And I think I'd rather have the assist. If you're going to get the sure points, Augustus Brown put it up. Team play here by North Georgia. Tipped away, Clyde Thompson with the ball. Tipped away, bound. Emmanuel's got the numbers. 3-on-1, and Emmanuel's going to be tagged with a walk. They had like a 3-on-1, maybe a 4-on-1 break as they were shuffling up here at midcourt.
And when you're 2 and 14, those type things just seem to mount.
And Matt Pugh with the ball, swings it over to Augustus Brown. Kick out to Vince Ray. His shot's good. I'm going to check the shooting percentage in North Georgia here at the half. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Here comes Royston. He's going to be guarded by Thompson as North Georgia stays in the man-to-man. Look down low to Cleveland. He spins. His shot's up, and it's good.
10 for North Georgia. 9 of the 10 players have been in the game and scored.
Here comes North Georgia. Augustus Brown with the ball. Back over to Thompson. He's got 2 men on him. Down low to Augustus Brown. Knocked out of bounds. They're tipping it, not out of bounds. Back up top to Clyde for 3. Yes! About a 20-footer that time. That's a half dozen three-pointers for the Saints. You can hear Coach Randy Dunn talking to Army General saying attack. We're inside 2 minutes. Emmanuel slowly bringing it down. 46-24 is your score. And Emmanuel's McGuire has the ball. Aggressive defense continues by North Georgia. And McGuire's shot misses. And we got a push down low on Emmanuel. And North Georgia's going to be shooting the bonus. I believe it's going to be Augustus Brown shooting that one. Let's sort this one out. North Georgia appears to be well on their way to going 2-0 in the conference with a 22-point lead.
You know, I want Tim, of course, you want North Georgia to win every game. I want the Saints to win every one of our games on TV.
Check that as Webster Brown is going to be at the line to shoot too. Not Webster Brown, Webster Daniel. Sorry about that, Webster. And his first shot's up, and it misses.
That's the one department the Saints have to improve on, Tim, is free throws.
Substitutions in. Shembe Hunter's back in, and also Lee Ryder. He's a local product here from Lumpkin County. And Webster's next shot's up, and it's good. 47, we got a timeout here, and we'll take a timeout. You're tuned to North Georgia basketball on AM 1210 and STC Channel 4.
Where are you? Is it like it used to be when you could trust a few people with anything? Is it possible for a financial institution to generate that level of trust? We are here to suggest that it is, to offer you options you didn't know you had, ideas about money and investing that can help free you from worry. You may only rely on a few people. Wouldn't it be good if the person you trusted with your money was one of them? Wachovia, we are here. Let's get started.
95 seconds left to go here in the first half. North Georgia with a very comfortable lead. As Royston brings the possession down. Look inside of James, off the glass. His shot misses. Rebound control by Emmanuel. Tipped away by Augustus Brown. Also into the game is going to be Kevin Baggett. I missed him checking in for North Georgia. And the ball is knocked away. Rather, a foul is called on Emmanuel. 42, Cleveland's called with a foul.
For our viewers on TV, Baggett is number 00.
He's out of Chatsworth, Georgia, a 5'10 freshman. A lot of new players also in for Emmanuel. 43. Do not have a 43 on my roster.
Well, we had one number change, remember?
That's right. I'll double check that at halftime as Ryder shoots his first free throw, and he's in the books with a score. Josh Millsap checks in, gives Augustus Brown a break.
And, of course, Tim, watch Lee Ryder shoot free throws.
He pulls it behind his head. And his second shot's up, and it's good. 49-24, North Georgia on a pace to score 100 here, or 1 point shy of that pace. James with a possession for Emmanuel. Kicks it over to McGuire. He looks to drive, and there's a push foul that's going to be called on North Georgia. And it's going to be tagged on Lee Ryder, his first. 19 fouls, bonus situation. North Georgia's in the super bonus from here on out. And McGuire's first free throw attempt is good. And now he's going to try the second of the charity shots. They're calling the kid in there Nathan Whitlock is who that is, because I have a player on my roster without a number, so.
Remember him, he's from White County High School from Cleveland.
Yes, he is. Number 43, Nathan Whitlock, product of Cleveland, Georgia. Shembe Hunter with the ball, brings the possession down to Webster Daniel. Webster over to Baggett. Baggett for three, yes! Everybody's on the scoring books tonight. And here comes Royston. He gets it over to Whitlock out of White County. And we got a block foul. It's going to be called on Lee Ryder. That's going to be his second foul of the half. 42 seconds to go here in the first half. That's 2 on Lee. And it's going to be McGuire back at the line to shoot a couple. And his shot is good. And he's going to be shooting one more on the bonus. 42.7 seconds to go. 52-27 is your score. Second shot's up, and it's good. Quickly inbound, stolen by James. James up off the glass. Webster Daniel didn't see him standing there. Kick it down to Lee Ryder. Lee Ryder back Back over to Shumway Hunter. He's trapped over here. And feed down to Lee Ryder. Lee trying to look inside. Good full court pressure defense by Emmanuel. They've got the size on the court right now. North Georgia with a quicker defense. Shot clock's inside 20. Your clock's at 18. Shumway drives. His shot misses and goes out of bounds to Emmanuel. 15.2 seconds left to go here in the first half.
And the shot clock, of course, is on for the rest of the first half.
And McGuire with the ball. They'll set up for the last shot of the half. North Georgia, the 52-30 lead, leads at 22. McGuire looks to drive, and his shot bounces around. No good. Rebound controlled by and knocked out of bounds by North Georgia. And that's the end of the first half, Mike. 52-30.
Thanks for being with us here on AM 1210 STC. When I come back, I'll bring you the halftime stats, and we get ready for the second half of action right here on your home of North Georgia basketball, AM 1210 and STC.
Hanging out for the day is done. Always Coca-Cola. I know you're the only one. Coca-Cola Classic. Life is just like in a dream. Every time you're here with me, you always make good company. Coca-Cola Classic kind of day.
Super Bowl 32 is the perfect time to gather your family and friends for good times, great food, and the real refreshment of ice-cold Coca-Cola Classic. Make sure you've got enough of your football fans' favorite refreshment by lining up Coca-Cola for your Super Bowl party today. Always for the fans, always Coca-Cola.
Welcome back to North Georgia basketball on AM 1210 at STC. Mike Walker back with you. It's halftime of our men's game. It's been all North Georgia. And talking about being all North Georgia, with us is the head coach of the Lady Saints, Buffy Burson-Watson. Coach, what a win.
It's a great win. That was fun.
I was so afraid that last shot from Shannon Fuller was going to win without playing some extra basketball.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't believe it fell in their three-point shooter's hands there at the end, but it came out good.
Well, as always, in your opinion, what was the difference in the game tonight?
Oh, shoot. I felt like we got it inside like we needed to. I wish we could have done a little more. They were basically matching up with us one-on-one and left Maury, inside. She had 29 points. We were trying to get it in there more. So basically, she did a great job.
Oh, she did a great job, and you could tell in it being a total team effort. You even had the girls coming off the bench, and maybe they was going to score at many points, and the stars, say, for example, Kim Felton for Lori Cato coming off the bench, proved to play a very key role in this victory.
Definitely. I mean, that was big for Cato to come in, being a freshman, and playing that many minutes and giving us, a lot of good stats in there. I was proud of her.
Well, you got a lot of points from the ladies down on the front line. Underneath the basket, you had, as you mentioned, LaFell with a 29. You had Kent with 14, and then a great second half from Nicole White in the 11 points.
Right. We were trying to do that. We were running our isolation offense, and like I said, they were going one-on-one with us, and I thought they were banging us around an awful lot, and then we just persevered and played through what I thought, was a lot of pushing and shoving, and we got to the free throw line and just got the job done. It was a big win.
Well, we always talk about the offense, but I think, to me, always is defense wins basketball games, and your Lady Saints just cleaning the glass throughout the game had to be the difference to me.
They did. I see here 51, 39 rebounds. We out-rebound them. Anytime you can do that, especially against a good team like that, we've done a good job. So.
All right, tell us about the upcoming week. Now, we're back with you next Saturday, as we'll be back here at Memorial Hall against Bruton Parker.
Right.
How about this upcoming week?
We have Southern Wesleyan, which is a new member of our conference, coming in Monday night. Haven't got a chance to scout them, but I'm not even sure. I think they've won just a couple of games this year, but You know as well as I know, anytime it's a conference game, you got to come ready to play, and that's what we're trying to do. Get ready tomorrow. We played 4 games in 7 days, and this will be 5 coming up on Monday. So you know we got to get a little rest and then get ready to go again.
Well, most of the way down's conference, right?
All of it, pretty much. We got a couple of games. AUM's a ranked opponent that we have to play, and in Belmont, which is a Division I team, we got a couple of those thrown in there, but most of it is conference.
Yeah, so looks like we'll work at this ball game. Nicole White, I was afraid she might have hurt herself there. How is she doing right now?
Nicole?
I'm sorry, I said
Lori,
Lori.
she banged her knee, and it already is swelled up really bad, but we got her some padding on there, and she just went right back out. She's just so tough. I mean, you can't keep her down.
Yeah, I know. She didn't want to come out of the ball game.
I was afraid it was her ankle, but it wasn't. And again, she came back out and probably scored 12 and probably grabbed about 10 more rebounds after she got hurt. So she did a great job.
Hey, again, congratulations. Great win.
Thank you.
This Emmanuel team's really coming on strong.
They are tough. They're one of the best, I think, that I've seen in our conference. So it was a really big win for us.
All right. Once again, the final score of the women's game was North Georgia 80, Emmanuel 77, 10 wins. That's got to be also very big. Congratulations once again. It's Coach Bucky Burson Watson here in North Georgia. When I come back, I'll bring you the halftime stats of the men's game and get ready for the second half of action right here on AM 1210 and STC.
Amicalola EMC's main job is to deliver electric power to local homes and businesses at a fair price. And of course to be there 24 hours a day should your service be interrupted. That's what people expect of them, lighting neighborhoods, helping industries thrive, and enhancing Lumpkin County's quality of life. That's their mission at Amicalola EMC, located at 1234 Dawsonville Highway in Dahlonega.
Hope you enjoyed the interview with Coach Bucky Burson Watson of North Georgia's Lady Saints. It's been all the Saints in the first half of this men's game. As we come back, we get ready for the second half. Let's give you the halftime stats. First off for Emmanuel, Tim.
For Emmanuel, from the scoring perspective, McGuire had 8 points, as did Cleveland. Casey Joyner with 4, Jason Ford with 2. Joey Royston had 3. He's the point guard. Larry James had 5. James is their leading scorer, and we've held him to 5 points, which is really good. On the rebound side, Emmanuel had 19 total, where North Georgia had 20 total.
Saints was just one player in double figures at halftime, that being Clyde Thompson with 11. He had 3 three-pointers in the first half. Then you have Augustus Brown with 6 points. He also had Shumby Hunter with 9 points. He had 3 trays in the first half. Earl Seaman had 4 points. You had Josh Millsap with 3. Webster Daniel, he had 5 points. And you had Emmett Stevens with 6. Matt Pugh had just 1 point. Lee Ryder had a couple. And also Kevin Baggett had a big 3-pointer attempt there in the first half. And Vince Ray had a couple.
As we get set to start the action back here, North Georgia will have possession. And we've got Matt Pugh inbound into Clyde Thompson. North Georgia with a comfortable 52-30 lead. And Thompson looks to drive low, no feet, kicks it back out to Pugh. Pugh back over to Shumby. And Augustus Brown's going to try to drive. No, let's kick it back out for a 3. And Thompson misses from 3-point land. North Georgia remains with control, rather. Shumby Hunter with the ball, kicks it over to Clyde. Clyde looks down to Pugh. Pugh with only 1 point in the first half. Here's Augustus Brown. Here's Clyde with a give and go. Kick off to Matt Pugh. Matt Pugh underneath and tapped out of bounds by Emmanuel. 19 seconds on the shot clock. North Georgia doing an excellent job moving the ball around. North Georgia's only got 1 senior on the team, Mike. I checked that. 2 seniors, Matt Pugh and Webster Daniel. And Pugh throws it up. He misses his shot. Here's Thompson for 3. It's good. North Georgia's up 55-30. And North Georgia with a little bit of pressure. Shumby Hunter, it's nearly stole here. McGuire looks to drive in. Gibbs with the ball. And a 3-point shot by Emmanuel misses, and it goes off a North Georgia player. Are they going to say it? No, they're going to say it's North Georgia's ball, rather. And we have another substitution coming in for Emmanuel. That's going to be 24, Richie Biggs out of Alpharetta. Ball's kicked into Matt Pugh. Matt Pugh over to Hunter to direct the offense down the field, down the court, rather. Hunter looks to set it up. Passing it around, back over to Thompson for a three, and it's good. Thompson is lining up, isn't he, Mike?
That's 9 3-pointers in the game for the Saints. 5 for Clyde Thompson. He has 15 points. Make it 17 points, rather.
North Georgia in the first half was 58% from three-point land, 60% from the field. And Clyde Thompson applying pressure to Emmanuel as they go up with a shot, and it's good. That's number 24, Briggs, rather. Here comes Shumbay Hunter. Bring it down for the Saints. Over to Matt Pugh. Matt Pugh kicks it back up. They swing it around. Thompson looks to drive. And he fights down low, and he's going to be fouled. And let's check the number on that. 23, Al Gibbs. First foul of the half. 18 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Long time to go. North Georgia's leads up to 26. Augustus Brown kicks it in, swings it over to Clyde Thompson. Back at to Augustus Brown. His shot's up, and it's good. 60-32. North Georgia in command of this one. They've been in command from the start. And here's Gibbs with the ball. He's being guarded by Shumbay Hunter. Gibbs looks to drive, and Shumbay's going to be called for the bum foul.
Well, in every aspect of the game, you can tell the dominance of North Georgia always Emmanuel team. Emmanuel's got a long way to go to get to the caliber of player of North Georgia.
James is going to kick the possession in right here in front of us. 60-32 is your score. North Georgia's basically 2-1 and scoring all the way. And here's McGuire looking to drive down low. He's being guarded by Seaman. Good pressure by Seaman. And James misses his first one with a rebound, is back in with the shot. Here comes Clyde Thompson bringing it down, weaving through the Emmanuel defense. Swings it over to Matt Pugh. Matt looks inside to Seaman. Seaman spin, turn, good. Actually, I was saying good before that one failed. That's right. It bounced one more time than I thought. Emmanuel's throw pass in bounds was errant. And Seaman took one step too many as he was going to stride and tried to pull it up. 62-34.
Earl's showing he's the big man inside for the Saints.
And after Emmanuel turns it over, North Georgia hands it right back to him. Gibbs with the ball. He's looking to drive on Shumbay. And we're going to have a foul called inside. Going to go against North Georgia. 33, check that, 3 rather, Augustus Brown. No, it is 33. Shumbay Hunter, as Vince Ray will check in.
Yeah, went ahead and called the 3-3s rather than the 3.
And that's his third foul, so there's all 3s on the board. And North Georgia, 2 team fouls as Emmanuel inbounds the ball. They go to Cleveland. Turnaround by McGuire is good. Vince Ray inbounds it to Augustus Brown. Ray is going to handle the ball for North Georgia at this point. Kicks it back over to Clyde Thompson. Clyde looks to drive, pulls up. Swings it over, look inside. Tipped away by Cleveland. Mike Cleveland, the junior out of Thomaston, Georgia. Stands at 6'6".
Been impressed with him, Tim.
Yeah, he's played good. Good down low ball handling. Good quick forward. And Ray looks to drive, feeds it off. Nice feed underneath. Knocked back out of bounds, and they're going to be calling, I believe, Seaman with a foul. Yes, it is.
Ooh, a push foul by Earl.
And Emmanuel's going to have a possession on the end court. North Georgia's going to come out and meet him.
Excuse me, the Saints now with 2 players in it with 3 fouls.
And in the half, it's 3 team fouls as Webster Daniel looks to check in for North Georgia. Gibbs looks to drive. He pulls it back out. Cleveland with the ball, working on Errol Seaman. Tipped away and back in, actually tipped into the hands of Gibbs by Vince Ray. Swinging back out to McGuire. He looks to drive, kicks it off. 3-point shot is missed by Emmanuel. Oh, inbounds. Actually, the save attempt was stolen away by Clyde Thompson. Clyde begging for a foul. Emmanuel with the numbers. Gibbs pulls up for about a 14-footer. It's good. 62-38. They've cut it to 24. Vince Ray with the ball. Spins, drives the lane. He feeds up, and his shot misses. Got his own rebound up, back off the board. No good. possession control by Emmanuel College.
North Georgia get out of their game plan, Tim.
And into the game is number 24. I think I missed him coming in the game, was Briggs. He's been there. He's from Alpharetta. He's with the ball. Dishes it off to Cleveland. Cleveland back out to James. Over the rim is good. We've got a 22-point game now.
James was the leading scorer for Emmanuel.
Emmanuel with some momentum right now. As Mike said, North Georgia's got a little bit out of their game plan. Pugh with the ball. It's knocked away by Emmanuel. It's going to be North Georgia's ball. Substitutions for North Georgia. Stevens and Webster Daniel come in. They're going to give Earl Seaman and Clyde Thompson a break. And we have a timeout on the court, Mike.
And we'll take a timeout also. Be back with more action on AM 1210 and STC.
The search is over for the best auto deals here in North Georgia, and they're just down the road at Cody's Chevrolet Olds Geo in Dahlonega. They've been making customer satisfaction their only concern for 20 years while offering a huge inventory of new cars, trucks, and vans like the new Chevy Malibu and a wide variety of quality used vehicles. With all the financing and leasing options available, plus a full-service center, I don't know why you'd go anywhere else. See the friendly folks at Cody's Chevrolet Olds Geo in Dahlonega on Highway 60 South. Call 864-6145. In Gainesville, call 770-534-6145. Come to the Gold Hills for true golden deals.
As Tim always hates it, our final media timeout of the ball game, Tim.
I got to catch a break here, Mike. We've been going full speed since we've got here. That girls' game very exciting, and the boys' game had a good fast pace in the first half as North Georgia with possession. Stevens with the ball, finds an outlet, that being Vince Ray. As North Georgia regroups, Augustus Brown feeds it into Stevens. Stevens looking, nothing. He pulls it back out, and the shot clock expires on North Georgia. Looking to run some clock off. Shot clock got away from the Saints. North Georgia's going to be in full court pressure. Ray is defending against Gibbs as he brings it up over the midcourt stripe. Look inside to Cleveland. Spin, kicked it back out to Gibson. Back inside. Spin, back out. Gibbs for a three. No good. Rebound controlled by North Georgia. Here comes Vince Ray looking down court. He's got Stevens tipped away by Emmanuel. Here comes Emmanuel. They've got the numbers. Quickly back down court. Here's Matt Pugh defending. Emmanuel shot's good. They set it to 20.
Yeah, and again, Tim, it's just North Georgia playing sloppy basketball right now. Let's get back into our game for you.
And as you mentioned that, Gus Brown gets one off the glass. Here comes Emmanuel back down court. And McGuire looks to drive in. Stolen away by McGuire. Check that, Webster Daniel. Webster feeds it back over to Vince Ray. North Georgia with a very controlled offensive attack. Work the clock down as quickly as you can. Webster at the top of the key, inside to Gus. Spin, move to the glass. Oh,
he's nailed the high hand now. Brown with 13 for the Saints.
66-42, 13 and a half minutes to go. Ray defending Gibbs. He tries to move down. North Georgia's regroup. He tries a three. No, a feed inside to James. Off the glass. Good. Exchanging baskets at this point, Mike. Ray with the possession. Coming back down. Kicks over to Webster Daniel. Webster looks. Goes to the glass. His shot's good, and he's fouled.
He was over the line to attempt a three-point play. You can see it, Tim. While he was on STC, he was able to muscle his own way up and get the jump shot, and he gets the basket.
And Webster for one at the line. 13:05. And his shot's good. Makes it 69-44. Emmanuel with the ball. North Georgia in the full court pressure. And they break it off. Everyone comes down to set up the offense. Gibbs with the ball. It's still being defended by Ray. Feed inside to Cleveland. Back out to Gibbs. His shot. It misses. Rebound controlled by Gus Brown. Feeds it over to Matt Pugh. Matt Pugh loses the ball as he comes down court. Feed back over to James off the glass. Good.
Well, James now proving to him why he's the leading scorer on the Emmanuel team.
69-46. And stolen away by Gibbs from Vince Ray. He's looking to drive. His layup up, misses off the glass, and they're going to call Vince Ray with a foul.
Not a very good succession of plays by Vince Ray. Vince had taken out of his hands here in the backcourt, and then he went one-on-one. You can see the foul is going to take place.
23 points is the difference. North Georgia still with a comfortable lead. Got some more players checking in as Gibbs is going to be at the line to shoot 2.
Saints had 22-point advantage at halftime.
It's 23 now. They've built it back up. And that first shot's up, and it's good. End of the game, a lot of changes. For Emmanuel, we got Leo Satera coming in. He's from Yugoslavia. We're going to set your North Georgia offense. Webster Daniel, Josh Millsap, Clyde Thompson, Jason Cole, and Stevens is into the game. Evan Stevens. And a second shot's up by Gibbs, and it's good.
You know, you had Coast coming in the game along with Thompson last time in Millsap.
And North Georgia quickly down court, looking to go to the running game. They got the quicker strategy in now. Clyde Thompson's shot was no good. And we've got a timeout. It's going to be called by Emmanuel.
We'll take a timeout also. We'll turn to more action here from Memorial Hall, the Dog Pound here at North Georgia College State University on AM 1210 and STC.
This is a Checkers bust.
Checkers is fighting for better deals and bigger sandwiches.
The enemy? Fast food restaurants that charge you almost twice as much for everything.
This week's bust, the chicken sandwich.
Have you seen what they're charging for chicken?
Twice as much as Checkers.
Yes, twice as much. I've got just 2 words and a price. Big chicken breast sandwich, 99 cents.
99 cents for a plump, juicy chicken breast sandwich.
Yes, Checkers' 99-cent chicken deal. The next time somebody tries to charge you twice as much for chicken, hit your turn signal and get a cluck for under a buck.
A big chicken breast sandwich for just 99 cents.
Get to Checkers. Why pay more?
Come on by your hometown proud Dahlonega Checkers. One taste and you're ours.
After the timeout, it's going to be Emmanuel's ball. They got to quickly get in the corners. They were not ready for the official to set it down over there, but they succeed. 12 minutes to go in the contest. 69-48, leads at 21. Emmanuel with the ball. And Stevens is going to be called a foul as he slapped the hands of Richie Briggs. And North Georgia with 5 team fouls. Only 1 committed this half by Emmanuel. Cole Garden McGuire's inbound pass. And we got another foul called. We're going to call Stevens aggressive defense. Check at 24. That's Briggs is called with a push. So that's their second team foul. Well, as the officials set it back up. They're trying to sort this thing out in front of us. One official thought it was the Blues ball.
Well, I wonder why Jerry Boone wasn't as upset as he was. We got now a 20-second timeout to be called as they talk about it.
Yeah, the coach for Emmanuel right here in front of us is pleading his case. That's Dr. Jerry Boone. Pleaded his case to the officials. One official come over and registered the foul with the scorekeeper. Said it was against Briggs for Emmanuel. And one official set it out for Emmanuel. And they finally got that sorted out. And as they did, so did Coach Randy Dunn. He wanted to call a 20-second, get it sorted out for his squad.
Those 20s come in handy.
Jason Cole with the inbounds pass to Clyde Thompson. Clyde brings the possession down. Inside 12 minutes to go. Webster kicks it back out to Clyde. No, Emmanuel's got some pressure on Clyde. And they got the numbers. They got McGuire, and that's stolen away. Actually, an errant pass. Cole's got the ball. Finds a handle on it. No, he still ain't found the handle on it. He pulled the ball up. That ball was rolling around. He was just like tapping around on the floor the whole time, Mike. Thompson finally settled it down. Webster Daniel with the ball. Looks. Oh, here comes Stevens up and off the glass, and he's fouled. As his shot misses. North Georgia's doing an excellent job of moving the ball around tonight.
That they are, Tim. As I mentioned, 11 players have scored in the game.
And we got Washington who's going to be checking back in after the first free throw attempt, as does James. And Stevens' first shot misses as the substitutions come in for the Lions.
And you can tell these players in Emmanuel are tired, Tim.
And North Georgia's running them as much as they can. And to reset your Emmanuel lineup, you've got Gibbs, Satara, Washington will handle the ball, Cleveland, and James. For North Georgia, it's Webster Daniel, Clyde Thompson, Emmett Stevens, Jason Cole, and Josh Millsap. Here comes Emmanuel looking inside of James up. His shot's off the glass, and it's good. 11 minutes to go. Thompson with the ball. He brings possession up. Look inside the Millsap, up off the glass. His shot swings around and falls good. North Georgia's leads back up to 22. Emmanuel slowing it down a little bit. Still wanting to aggressively score points, though. Gives with the ball. Working it around over to Royston. Royston looking inside, tries to drive the baseline, and he loses possession, and it's going to go North Georgia's way.
Emmanuel able to get in control of the baseline.
North Georgia looking to run right quick burst of energy. Clyde Thompson quickly down. Josh Millsap spin, loses his handle, grabs it back, and he scores. Leads back up to 24. Here comes Emmanuel. North Georgia backing off, still in the man. Ball goes down to Cleveland, back out to Gibbs. Swings it back out to Royston, inside to Cleveland. Looks, backs up, he misses his shot. Rebound control by Millsap, gets it over to Thompson. Quickly back down court, here comes Thompson. He loses the ball as Gibbs tries to slip under and steal it away. Thompson's arm got wrapped around his shoulder, and he's tagged for the foul. And next time it will be a bonus for Emmanuel.
16 fouls for North Georgia in the second half.
As James will inbound it for the Lions. And we got a loose shoelace over here. As it's back to action. We're inside 10 minutes to go here in the contest. Pass knocked away by North Georgia. Here comes Thompson. They got some numbers. Got a 4-on-2. Thompson takes it. Rebounded by Millsap. Slapped from the back. And he got his own rebound, and his shot is good.
He's got the hot hand now, Tim. He has 9 points.
76-50, 9.5 to go. And a three-point attempt by Gibbs is good. North Georgia, quick inbound pass to Thompson. Thompson gives it, let's slow it down this time down. Webster Daniel tries to drive, take it himself, off the glass. Oh, bounces in and rolls right back out. Possession control by Emmanuel. As we got some more substitutions checking in front of us. Gibbs with the ball. Brings it down the lower side, feed inside to Cleveland. Kicks back out to James, off the glass, good.
Here's something to notice the difference of the two teams. It looks like Emmanuel's going wide and North Georgia's going to the middle.
Quickly down course, North Georgia, Stevens shot and misses. Emmanuel retains possession. 76-55. Here comes Royston, feed down to Cleveland. And he looks, he spins, turnaround jumper is good. And they've cut it to 19. Closest they've been in a while. Thompson with the ball, brings it up across the midcourt stripe. Jason Cole kicks it down to Millsap. As they set it up. Here's Webster, feed down low to Stevens. Off the glass, falls in good. 78-57.
Emmett Stevens now with 10 points.
We've got about 20 players sitting here in front of us to come in. I think there's about 2-4-6 to come in, so we'll resort this thing after the next buzzer. Wholesale changes. Emmanuel setting it up. Here's a three-point attempt. It's no good. Tipped back in by James. Clyde Thompson brings it up. Inside 8 minutes. And we got a blocking foul as Jason Cole tries to go to the goal. And he rolls around. Does he get up? Yes, he does. Jason Cole, a very aggressive player. And the officials tell the substitutions to hold on just a minute. I believe Ray's coming back in as Augustus Brown. And they get everybody back out on the court. And Cole is waiting for everybody to get set back up. He tries his first shot. It's up. And it bounces in and out. Now here come all the changes. McGuire is the only one in for Emmanuel. We have one substitution is going to be coming in for the shooting up. Matt Pugh's going to be coming in for Cole later. Vince Ray, Shumbay Hunter, Augustus Brown, and Errol Seaman is a new foursome in. As Cole, if he hits this next one, Matt Pugh will come in for him. Then going back with the starters. And he bounces it in and out. Emmanuel with the possession. Matt's going to wait a little bit before he comes in. McGuire with the ball. Looks to drive on Vince Ray. Kicks it back out to Cleveland. We're trying to work inside. Cleveland looks to drive in the lane. Kick back out to Royston for three. Misses. Rebound by North Georgia. They're wanting to run. Quick pass by Shumbay. A little long for Cole. As Pugh checks in for Cole. Cole's been on the ground a lot the last couple of minutes. He has been. 7.5 to go. North Georgia's been in command of this and from early on. It's 78-59. Shumbay Hunter with a little pressure on Gibbs. Up and over the mid-court stripe. As they set it up. Going to look to work low once again. That's where most of the points have come here in the second half, Mike. There they go low, and we knock it away. Errol Seaman got up and slapped that pass away. You can tell Coach Dunn's wanting to finish with a run, Tim. Take that momentum into your next game. And Emmanuel with possession. Look to drive, spin move inside. Cleveland shot's good.
Well, it's been Cleveland, Gibbs, and of course James in the second half for Emmanuel.
Shumbay works it down quick. Into the lane, pulls it back out. Could take a shot if he wanted to. He was wide open, but let's take a little bit of time off here. Matt Pugh with the ball, pulls it up, kicks it back out to Vince Ray. Right over to Shumbay inside, and we got a push foul down low. Push foul on Cleveland. And it's going to be Errol Seaman is going to be shooting no, they're not shooting a bonus yet. North Georgia will be in a bonus next time. It's going to be Augustus Brown to inbound it as Casey Joyner comes back into the game. And it's going to be Matt Pugh at the line to shoot a couple. Official listening to the comments of Emmanuel College's coach and a couple players walking off.
Well, nice conversation going between the official and the coach.
I got caught up in the conversation. I thought we was going to have a technical there for a minute. But I think it's out. Let's let it play. This game is in control. Oh, they're going to call a foul against North Georgia. Maybe this is makeup. I don't know.
No.
44 Earl Seaman, tagged with a foul. Going to be shooting the bonus. Both teams are in a bonus from here on out. That's what lobbying will do.
Well, that's true.
It'll get them to look at you. And Errol Seaman has 4 fouls. 6:45 left to go in this game. 78-61 is North Georgia's lead. As McGuire is going to be shooting the bonus. And some of the fans start to file out of here confident of their Saints. And the first free throw's up and good.
Now let's see some more fans at our next game on Saturday, January 17th here at Memorial Hall as the Saints take on Bruton Parker. We'll see a full house.
And McGuire's next shot's up. it's good. And we got a timeout. And let's take a timeout here also. You're listening to North Georgia Basketball on AM 1210 WDGR, and you're watching it on STC Channel 4.
Isn't it funny how we love to eat out, but when we do go out to eat, we want food that tastes like it was made at home? I tell you what, Danny Phillips figured that out a long time ago. That's why the folks at Danny's restaurant treat you so special when you go there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. But the food always tastes like the made-from-scratch home cooking you grew up with. Danny's offers a full cafeteria-style breakfast menu, including favorites like country ham, biscuits and gravy, omelets, and hot pancakes. For lunch, it's your choice of 4 meats and at least 6 vegetables, plus a selection of desserts you just won't believe. You can always count on roast beef being one of your choices on Thursdays and Sundays. Order from the menu for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening suppers. Try a fresh cut-to-order steak and the big 21-item salad bar, or choose from a variety of other menu items. For great home cooking when you eat away from home, it's got to be Danny's Restaurant, Highway 60 South in Dahlonega.
Back to action. It's going to be North Georgia's ball underneath the Emmanuel goal. 6:45 left to go, 78-63. 15-point difference here. Emmanuel's worked to cut it back. This way with the ball, kicks it over to Matt Pugh. They got the numbers. Shumbay with about an 8-footer off the glass, and it's good. 80-63. 7 back up to 17 now. There's Gibbs with the ball. Emmanuel doing a good job cutting this thing down a little bit.
Hey, they have to.
Gibbs works the ball. Royston with a 3. It misses off the front of the rim. Rebound controlled by James. Kicks back out for another 3. And it misses. Matt Pugh with the rebound. Tipped away by McGuire. Spin around, hands it off. Back here is Royston. And he's going to be at the line to shoot a couple. North Georgia's got out of a game plan here.
And that was a problem by Moog early on in the second half. They allowed Emmanuel to go to the baseline underneath and cut the lead.
James started filling it in. He had some easy layups, flash shots down low.
I mean, they had a hit one outside 17 feet in the second half.
As Webster Daniel checks in for North Georgia, gives Seaman a break. Check that his fifth foul, so he gets a break for the rest of the night. And it's going to be Royston to shoot a couple. First one's good. And the official gives him the ball for the second attempt. Also, it is good. Shumbay Hunter with the ball. He scores 80-65. They've cut it to 15. North Georgia's in control for the longest. Emmanuel with the run as North Georgia has a possession. Vince Ray looks inside and is kicked away from Royston.
Well, you know, Tim, the GAC schedule is a long one. This is only game 2 of a 16-game schedule the Saints have to play in the GAC.
A lot of games remaining. We've got a few left for you here on STC Channel 4 and AM 1210. And Coach Randy Dunn wants a full timeout. And we'll also take a full timeout, Mike.
Have you back with more action here from Memorial Hall on AM 1210 and STC.
North Georgia College and State University is a unique school for unique people. In the Corps of Cadets, young men and women perfect the skills of leadership and organization while obtaining a top-notch education, all essential to a successful career in any field and with no obligation to the military. With all the scholarship opportunities available, there's no reason not to aim for the best. North Georgia College and State University, Army ROTC, the smartest college course you can take.
Back to action. North Georgia with the ball after Coach Randy Dunn regrouped his team. Webster Daniel with the possession, kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter to set it up. 20-some-odd point leads down to 15. And it's going to be James tagged with a foul. Webster Daniel's going to be shooting the bonus.
That was accordion. That's not a bad nickname for Coach Dunn. You know it?
Redone. Redone him. Webster Daniel's going to be shooting the front end of the bonus here in just a second. Both teams are in a bonus. North Georgia with 18 fouls. Emmanuel, that's their 7th.
Well, Webster's 50% from the free throw line in the game.
As he hits his first one,
He has 9 points now.
and his second one is also good.
And put him in double figures.
North Georgia in full court pressure. Running man-to-man, they back off, let him bring it down court. Ralston shots up, and it misses. It was a three-point attempt. Rebounded by Shumbay Hunter. Over to Matt Pugh. Kicked it over, stolen by Gibbs. Gibbs kicks it back out underneath the goal, and it's going to be called North Georgia's possession as his pass outlet, or outlet pass rather, went off the back of the backboard.
And Tim, here's one thing for North Georgia. How many games can the Saints win with Matt Pugh scoring just 1 point?
Well, they're saying it's Emmanuel's ball. They're saying North Georgia must have tipped it behind.
Well, I was short from my vantage point.
Gibbs with the ball, kicks it over, three-point attempt, and it's good. Three-point attempt was Casey Joyner.
I think that's Emmanuel's first 3 of the game.
And they're going to reset it underneath. And we got Clyde Thompson checking back in. He's going to give Vince Ray a break. North Georgia's with their starters with the exception of Earl Seaman, who fouled out, and Webster Daniels in there for him. For Emmanuel, you've got Royston McGuire, 23 Al Gibbs, James, and Casey Joyner. North Georgia with good ball movement. Three-point attempt is missed by Clyde Thompson. Emmanuel moving possession down. Looking to drive as McGuire loses it over to Webster Daniel. Here's Clyde Thompson. His layup's off the glass. Good. 84-68 your score. 4.5 minutes to go. North Georgia back up to a 16-point lead. Gibbs sets up the Emmanuel offense. Swings it over. Look inside to James. Spin. Goes to the glass. And we're calling Clyde Thompson with a blocking foul.
Well, Tim, speaking of Clyde, he has 7 baskets in the game. He has 5 of those three-pointers.
And that's his second foul. And they're going to be at the line. They're going to be shooting the bonus. Have they indicated that yet?
Yes.
The official comes over to set it up.
They're definitely in the bonus.
I don't know if it's a bonus or a 2-point. They're indicating 2 shots on that one. And James hits the first. 4:20 to go, 84-69 your score. As Larry James attempts the second shot. He delivers, and it's good. Justice Brown with the inbounds pass. A little bit of pressure, midcourt. Clyde Thompson pulls it up, gets it over to Augustus Brown. Feeds it back over to Clyde Thompson. We're going to look to work some clock here. Knocked out of bounds by Royston. Joey Royston, the 6'4 senior out of Royston, Georgia.
Tim, you notice how North Georgia spraying the court offensively.
And an inbound pass by Clyde Thompson. Knocked down. Thompson works it down low. Kicks it back out to Webster Daniel. Webster is fouled from behind by Joey Royston.
So they're setting up the pass play to go for a one-on-one.
And Webster's going to be shooting a bonus. 4 minutes to go. 84-70 leads at 14.
Daniel, the Atlanta, Georgia native.
North Georgia built it up to 24 at one point this half. Seemed to be going to run away with it, but the persistence of the Emmanuel Lions has fought them back to cut it back to 14, but it's 85-70 now, and the second shot misses by Webster Daniel. Here comes Royston. Webster was 50% that time. Royston's 3 misses off the front of the rim. Tip back to Gibbs. Over to McGuire. He rolls in. Over to James. Off the glass. Missed. Tipped. Up in the air. Bounces in. Let's credit James with that one. As the rebound went up in the air, it's either McGuire or James. We'll give it to James. 85-72. It's down to 13 now. 55 is called. That's James with his. Let's check how many personals does he have. His second personal. As Webster Daniel's going to be at the free throw line. 3.5 minutes. Cut it to 13.
Yeah, a little too close for
yes, it is. Webster's first attempt misses. 13 points. differential. Inside 3.5 minutes. Royston comes down, looks inside, and that's there. Gibbs with the ball. This half, Emmanuel's done a good job working it inside, and they go again and miss it. Tip back over to Gibbs, looking down low, and we got a foul underneath. What are we going to call this one? It's going to go against North Georgia. Yes, it is. We'll call it to Shumbay or Augustus Brown.
And you know, Tim, it appears almost for North Georgia that the Saints knew they had this game in hand, and now it's just how close do you want it? But timeout is called on the floor. We'll take another timeout and return more action here on AM 1210 and STC.
You know, a lot of times when you stop at a convenience store, you're left wondering, what was so convenient about that? But then there's Country Cupboard. With 62 locations here in North Georgia, there's always one where you need it, and friendly folks behind the counter because you deserve it. Put a little country in your cupboard today. Stop by with your Saints basketball ticket stub for a free small fountain drink or coffee. Good through February 20th at any area Country Cupboard location. Country Cupboard, proud sponsor of North Georgia College and State University Saints basketball on WDGR and STC Cable Channel 4.
Hi, this is Phil Hull for STC Channel 4 Advertising. For all your advertising needs for production of spots and on-location shooting, contact us at STC Cable Channel Advertising at 1-800-345-3874, extension 4.
Well, Tim, Coach Randy Dunn, North Georgia's not very happy during that timeout.
I wouldn't be either. The difference has been cut down to 13, and a chance to cut it to 11 right here with 3:13 left. James is at the line, and his first one bounces in and out.
Emmanuel has outscored North Georgia in the second half by 9 points. They cut a 22-point halftime deficit down to 13.
And James' second shot's up, and it misses. Rebound controlled by Augustus Brown, and McGuire's called on Brown's back. And Brown's going to be shooting. Is it a bonus? We're in super. I think we're in super bonus at this point.
Yes.
They officially call it super bonus?
No, they don't. They call it the double bonus. They call it the penalty, the super bonus.
Or 2 shots here on out for everyone, as both teams are in that. Super bonus. That sounds like a Nintendo 64 game. You are now in super bonus. And Augustus Brown's shot misses off the front of the rim.
You know, I think you can see in the future they may have all free throws being 2 shots rather than the 1-1. I think you may see that end in the near future.
And he hits the second one. 86-72, leads back to 14. Gibbs with the ball, being pressured by Shumbay Hunter, works it down. Washington looks to drive. Up, he kicks it off to McGuire, up off the glass, uncontested. North Georgia not protecting the backside, and Emmanuel's going to call a timeout. I'm not sure if that's a 20.
It's a full.
It's a full. Both teams are going to have 2 each left here on out.
That's right.
We're going to have 2 remaining.
That's right. We'll only have a chance. We'll take a timeout and be back with more action right here on AM 1210 and STC.
You live in a caboose?
Little kids refer to it as the Jetson House. It's still a porcelain-fronted gas station.
Sunday night, HGTV satisfies your curiosity. We'll give you a close-up look at the country's most far-out homes.
I feel like I'm the keeper of something very special.
You'll meet the daring individuals who live in them.
It's my house and my money.
Take a peek inside and solve the mystery behind these extreme homes.
Make Home and Garden TV a part of your day.
Well, Tim, it could be a victory for North Georgia, but I think a moral victory for Emmanuel.
That's right, especially if you're racing that deficit. I'm sure North Georgia's going to have some consultation about this situation next week in practice. Clyde Thompson brings it up. North Georgia leads down to 12. Augustus Brown drives the lane, kicks it back out. Vince Ray pulls up, kicks it back out to Clyde Thompson. Hard pressure by Emmanuel. Feed off to Vince Ray, off the glass, good. North Georgia needed that one. 88-74. Got too close for comfort there as we're inside 2.5 minutes. Gibbs with the ball, being pressured by Shumbay Hunter.
Right in front of us, thank you very much.
And throws it over to us.
It would happen while I have my head down.
I don't know if they're throwing at me or not. Let's check the controls. I think everything's all right. Yeah. Clyde Thompson inbounds it over to Ray for the inbound pass. Hunter's got the ball now. North Georgia spreading it out, looking to break, and we got a foul on the floor, and it's going to be Augustus Brown, I believe, at the line for North Georgia. Saints going to let weave offense. The foul tagged on Royston, as I said. Brown to shoot a couple. 88-74. First shot's up, and it's good. North Georgia can still break the century mark, as they'll probably be camping out at the free throw line for a good while now. 2:15 left. Second shot's up and off the front of the rim by Brown. Gives her the ball, being pressured by Hunter. Kicks it down, tipped out of bounds by Clyde Thompson. And Emmanuel's ball, James to kick it in for the Lions. Royston with the ball. He's going to look at a three. No. Pulls back up. Feeds it inside to McGuire. Spin. Partially blocked by Pugh. North Georgia rebounds. Controls the ball. Vince Ray works the possession down. Finally works it off to Hunter. They're going to spread it out one more time. We're inside 2 minutes. You got Vince Ray, Shumbay Hunter, Clyde Thompson, Augustus Brown, and Matt Pugh. North Georgia with the ball. Feeding it, bouncing it around, and Clyde Thompson's going to be at the line after he's tagged from behind by Royston. Well, the run of this offense, the way Coach Dunn put it on the chalkboard. Casey Joyner, rather, with a foul. That's his fourth. 101 seconds left. 9:89, rather, 74. A very comfortable North Georgia lead. Got sort of scary there after a while as Clyde's first shot misses. Well, Clyde Thompson unofficially with 19 points. Second shot's up, and it's good. 90-74, back up 16. James with the ball. He's fouled by Augustus Brown's going to put him at the line. Now, Augustus. You don't want to put him back at the line with that clock not running, but he's there. Hey, James has been nearly perfect tonight from the charity stripe. And they set it up for Emmanuel. You still have Gibbs, James, McGuire, Casey Joyner, and Royston. But we've got Richie Briggs and Nathan Whitlock checking into the game. And our viewers in the White County area able to see the Warrior alumnus playing for Emmanuel. 5'11" freshman out of White County High School. As James' second shot's up, and it's good. All right, Clyde Thompson inbounds to Ray. Over to Shumbay Hunter. Minute and a half left to go. Thompson looks down court to Augustus Brown. He looks, spins it off, kicks it off to Pugh, and he didn't jam it, just laid it over the top. We needed the points, 92-76. Matt's first basket of the game. He had one in the first half, had 1 point in the first half. But it's his first basket, though. And it's going to be North Georgia's ball underneath. 92-76. $1:19 left to go in this game. Looking down court there as Vince Ray pulls it up. Takes about a 12-footer. It's in and out. Tipped, and they're going to call Augustus Brown on McGuire's back. That reminded me of practice right there. See how Coach Dunn giving instructions to Matt Pugh and the rest of the Saints. It looked like they were on maybe a Tuesday afternoon here at Memorial Hall. Checking into the game is going to be Lee Ryder for North Georgia. As Emmanuel's going to be shooting 2 shots as they're in the double bonus. And McGuire thinks about it. Shots up. And it's good. And they're going to readjust the offense, the defense rather. Augustus Brown takes a rest for the remainder of the night. As we said, Lee Ryder checks in. Also another local product from Dahlonega, Lumpkin County High School. And McGuire prepares for his second shot. It's up. And it's no good. Clyde Thompson with the rebound. Aggressive play underneath by Emmanuel, and Clyde's going to come down and shoot a couple.
Yeah, Tim, unofficially, Augustus Brown coming out of the game. I had him with 15 points.
And the foul is called on Briggs. There'll be some slow pace from here on out. Instead, Thompson's going to be at the line. The players taking their time getting down court as Stevens prepares to check in for North Georgia. Looks like Jason Cole may be coming back in also. He gets last-second instructions from Coach Dunn. Thompson's first shot's in. Cole's going to get Thompson. Pugh takes a seat for the night. Not that productive from the point side for Matt Pugh, but he made some things happen for North Georgia. They had a few assists. Cole comes in the game, gets Thompson as he hits his second. 94-77. Baggett is in for North Georgia.
Kim hit a big three-pointer back in the first half.
And Royston's back in the game, gives McGuire a seat for the Lions. 1:13 left. Baggett, Garden, Gibbs. 94-77. Back up 17. Three-point shot by Gibbs is good. And North Georgia quickly inbounds the pass. Jason Cole with possession, kicks it over to Lee Ryder. Lee Ryder is fouled by Royston. He's going to be at the line to shoot a couple.
As you said, the Saints with a slim chance now to hit the century mark.
Well, they probably spent a lot of time at the free throw line. Inside a minute, 57.1 to go.
94-80, the Saints looking to get back to the 500 mark. They'll be 7-8 after this game.
And Ryder's first free throw attempt is good. Now this is the point where the fans want to start saying the century mark. Let's break the scoreboard. Well, they can't break it. They got the one they can put up there. And the second shot bounces around and around, and it's good. Out, rather. Gibbs up for Emmanuel, loses possession, pulls it up, and his shot's good. And Emmanuel calls a quick timeout to reset this thing, and
what we'll do, we'll take one more timeout and return with more action here on AM 1210 and STC.
Experience it. Interview from STC, your connection to the internet. A new era of global communications. Interview from STC.
And North Georgia will have possession as we come back with 49 seconds left to go. Kicking it inbounds underneath the goal. Back with the ball, and he's quickly fouled. 95-82. And North Georgia will probably break the century mark if they hit their free throws.
That's true, too, Tim. They still are just averaging over 50% a game.
McGuire's going to check in after the first free throw attempt. Everybody's taking their time to set this one up. Nobody's in a hurry to get home tonight, are they? And back at second shot. First shot up, rather, is good. Substitution into the game. McGuire's back in. He's going to give Briggs a break. And the second shot misses by Baggett. 96-82, 45 seconds. That's down to McGuire. He's got a three-point attempt. It misses. Rebounded by Ryder. Check that Cole, rather. North Georgia's got the numbers. Stevens pulls it back up, sets it up. Over to Baggett. Kicks it over, stolen away by Emmanuel. Inside a half minute. Three-point attempt by Royston's up, and it's good. Going to be a respectable finish by Emmanuel. Inbound pass. Baggett with the ball. Kicks it over, stolen away by McGuire, and tipped back in. What are you going to call it? In the rim? No timeout. 96-87. It's that old 9-point play they're going to need here with 18 seconds to go. About a three-possession game.
We'll keep it here, Tim, as we talk more about this ball game. For North Georgia, the Saints, as I mentioned, will improve to 7-8 on the season. A lot of things you can carry into the next game from this ball game, but also things you want to forget about. And I think one thing, the Saints knew they could win this ball game, and they had the huge lead, as we mentioned, 22 points at halftime. But then, a little bit lackadaisical there in the second half, I think, buddy, is that they had their total focus into the second half.
Very lackadaisical. But I'm sure they're going to rebound from that. Quick look at the upcoming schedule. Monday on radio, well, it won't be on radio, but for our radio audience, North Georgia, both men and women, will play home here against Southern Wesleyan. Then the men will travel to LaGrange College before returning back here against Bruton Parker. As we got more action going on here, we've got a turnover, another turnover by North Georgia as they stepped on the half-court line. But as we said, next Saturday night will be another broadcast game for AM 1210 and STC Channel 4. Emmanuel with the ball, 96-87, with 15 seconds left. North Georgia saying, let them score. Tipped away by Lee Ryder. North Georgia stole it away. Baggett with the ball. Kicks it over to Lee Ryder, and Baggett is fouled by Royston. Baggett's going to be back at the line. 9.8 seconds. I don't know, we might break the century mark. It'll be very hard at this point. Maybe. But we're more concerned with winning this ball game. And first shot's up by Baggett, and it's good.
I'm more concerned about getting a higher free throw percentage.
And heading down the stretch, I'm sure that's going to concern Coach Dunn as his second shot falls good. Inside 9 seconds. Emmanuel's quickly down court. 98-87. Three-point attempt with 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Rebound, shots up, and it's good by James. And that's your ball game, folks. 98-89.
So the Lions go to a 9-point deficit, but the Saints come out on top, 98-89. Taylor, I'll be back to wrap it up for you right after this on AM 1210 and STC.
When was the last time you turned your radio dial to the AM band? Have you listened to AM 1210 lately? If you haven't, well, maybe you should, because we're doing something special on our radio station. We're a lot more than just music, more than canned programming brought in from another state, a whole lot more than syndicated shock jock talk shows. We're community radio. That means local news, local weather reports, local sports programs. It means interviews with your friends and coworkers, being involved in community service projects that make a difference here at home. But most of all, it means listening to our community and continuously striving to develop the kinds of programming you tell us you want. WDGR is your radio station. Let us know how you think we can best serve you in Lumpkin, Dawson, and the surrounding communities. Always live, always local, always listening. WDGR AM 1210, real community radio, the way it should be.
Well, it was a doubleheader sweep for North Georgia as the Saints and Lady Saints won their games against Emmanuel College here from Memorial Hall. I'm Mike Wofford along with Tim Webmeyer and cameraman John Moon with you as we wrap up this doubleheader. In the women's game, it was North Georgia winning 80-77 and a close finish, Tim. And talking about close finishes, Emmanuel made a game of the second half of our doubleheader as they came back to cut a 22-point halftime deficit and ended up losing to North Georgia as the Saints win 98-89. And what a game it was for North Georgia.
Oh, very exciting. We thought North Georgia was going to coast the whole way, but when Emmanuel come back and cut the thing to 12, you know, a lot of people started to get concerned, especially Coach Randy Dunn. But North Georgia rebounded and come back out on top in the boys' game to remain perfect in conference play.
Well, the Saints are now improved to 7-8 on the season. They are 2-0 in the GAC, and to give you the scoring totals for the Saints, they were led in the ball game by Clyde Thompson, who had 22 points. Augustus Brown had 14 in the game. Then you had Shunbay Hunter and Webster Daniel, each with 11 points apiece. You had, looks like Josh Millsap along with Emmett Stevens, each with 9 points apiece. You had Kevin Baggett, who came off the bench with 6 points, had a big three-pointer in the first half of play. Earl Seaman also had 6. You had Vince Ray with 4. Lee Ryder had 3 points for the game. Matt Pugh was held to just 3 points. You got to worry about him. You have 21 points against Piedmont, then you're held to 3. I'm sure Matt will get back into double figures in the next ball game. And that'll just about do it, as the Saints had 11 of their 12 players score in this game against Emmanuel. Final score once again 98-89. In the women's game, it was Maury Lefebvre leading the way for North Georgia. She had the double-double with 29 points and 17 rebounds. Our next ball game here on STC and AM 1210 will be on January 17th here at Memorial Hall, as the Saints and Lady Saints will take on Bruton Parker out of Mount Vernon, Georgia. Should be a great doubleheader. Hope you'll be with us for that action right here on the radio and on TV in North Georgia. We thank you for being with us here on our first inaugural broadcast on the expanded STC system. We thank you for all of our viewers in the entire North Georgia area on STC. Hope you'll be with us throughout the season here as we bring you North Georgia College and State University basketball action. Today's game on AM 1210 and STC was brought to you by Checkers, by Coca-Cola, by Cody Chevrolet, Country Cupboard, Denny's Restaurant, by North Georgia College and State University, and by Wachovia. Once again, the Saints win 2, the women winning 80-77, the men on top 98-89. For our cameraman John Moon and for Tim Wedmeyer, Mike Wofford, this has been a sports presentation of AM 1210 WDGR and STC. Good night, everyone.
This presentation of North Georgia College and State University basketball brought to you by the following sponsors: Coca-Cola, Country Cupboard, Cody Chevrolet, North Georgia College, Danny's Restaurant, Wachovia Bank, Checkers, WDGR AM 1210 and STC Channel 4.